MLB Network has baseball coming your way from the home of the Mets, Citi Field. It's Game 1 of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Game 1 of the National League Championship Series is next. Jacob deGrom will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, when you look up the definition of rock solid for a starting pitcher, this is your kind of guy. Career ERA under 3, just knows how to get it done, controls the running game, limits the amount of damage, and more importantly, he knows how to win, and that's why it's going to be.
Drawing closer to the start of Game 1, let's join public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 New York Mets.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. Dan, who do we keep an eye on?
Well, of course, you have to like what Anthony Rizzo brings to this offense. He's got over 1,000 RBIs. He's already proved he's a clutch hitter. He knows how to drive in big runs when it counts. So if the situation comes up in this game, I'm looking to watch how he goes to work in the clutch.
Jacob deGrom gets the ball for Game 1 of the League Championship Series here at home. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Jacob deGrom is just a solid pitcher. He's not overpowering in any sense with any of his 3 pitches. Good sinking fastball, 93 to 96, great slider, and a really good changeup. What makes him so good? He'll throw all 3 of his pitches at any time.
Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And how fortunate are we that we get to watch the Gold Glover play some center field today. He's on every highlight reel on the regular, making huge plays.
Batting third, the center fielder, John Brown.
Here's Darvish on 0-2. Swung on and crushed. Everyone just stands there and watches it fly. A solo shot here to left. His first homer so far in the series, and the Mets move out to a 2-1 lead.
Boy, not the way you'd like to start a game, right? First inning, you come in, you give up 2 home runs. We'll see if he can regroup right here. It's not easy to sometimes come back from that.
Digging in for his second at-bat.
Certainly a little bit more cautious against him this time around.
Hard hit ball here. Moya fields it cleanly. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Here's Corey Seager, 0 for 1 here in the early going.
The shortstop, Corey.
Third inning here, 3-1 our score. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Brown is there, and that's the third out. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3. The Mets lead this one 3-1. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Sean Brown. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. The 0-1 pitch. line towards center field. And that's into the outfield for a one-out base hit.
Hey, guys, I like the execution by the batter there. He got a hanger in the middle of the plate. He could have come unglued, but he didn't. He stayed focused and drove a line drive base hit.
So a runner on first with one out now. And up next, the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto. The 0-1 on its way. Soft liner to the left side. But gloved by the third baseman for the out. On to first, and they get the double play. Fair to say, oh my goodness, these folks are not headed for a career on Broadway. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And the 6th inning opens with a flyout, one away.
Leading off for the Cubs, the center fielder, Albert.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Brown on the move. He's there and records the first out. Stepping into the box, Wilson Contreras. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Liner towards second. Well, this will be pulled in out there at second base, and that'll be that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Home half of the 8th straight ahead. It's the Mets 4 and the Cubs 2. Now batting, Sean Brown. He singled his last time up.
No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
He's got to hurry. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on the road. Not an easy thing to do, trying to score runs or bunch hits together off of a closer.
Brown giving chase. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Stepping in, Jason Hayward. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Jason Hayward.
Now the pitch. This is in the air out to straightaway center. Moving under it, Brown. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
This one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys came away with the victory and look on to the next one.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
4-2 the final score tonight. The New York Mets jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Jacob deGrom takes home the win. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and Heidi Watney, this is Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB Network. Good night, everybody.
The final line score.
It figures to be a wet one, but we'll have baseball for you on MLB Network nonetheless. It's the second game of the National League Championship Series between the Chicago Cubs and the New York Mets. Game 2 of this year's NLCS starts right now. Masahiro Tanaka is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Tanaka right now is the best of all of their starting pitchers. Good fastball, 92 to 94. Best pitch is the split finger. He'll throw it early. He'll throw it often. If he has the good split, these hitters are in for a long night.
Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Mets.
With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. What do we need to know about these guys for this evening's matchup on the road, D-Row?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Okay, here's how the Mets are lining up defensively. And let's focus on Michael Conforto. He's definitely known for that sweet left-handed swing in the top of the order. But he's no slouch defensively as well, showing the ability to come in on baseballs, make diving catches, and throw guys out at the plate.
Here's Corey Seager. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on.
Corey Seager.
The 2-2. High in the air out to center field. Moving under it, Brown. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. Now the Mets will step up for their first shot in a scoreless ball game.
Batting third, the center fielder, John Brown.
Safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. And with 2 away, let's check in with our up-to-the-minute playoff bracket. And you can see our series at 1-0 as things are starting to heat up here as we get later into October.
Batting fifth, The catcher, number 40, Wilson Contreras.
No score here as we play inning number 2. Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Brown is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side. Cubs are down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Coming to the plate now, Sean Brown. He looked to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and
As a hitter, you know the pitcher's trying to work you down around the knees in a double play situation. So making him get a pitch up and actually in the zone is a must.
Lifted in the air out to center field. Blackman has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out. And he'll get into third here on the fly out, so he's 90 feet away here with one gone.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the fly out. Now he's only 90 feet away with one out.
And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. Will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Line toward the alley in left center. That's his first base hit, making 1 for 2 now. He'll get it into second, but he'll be in there with a double. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with a single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at.
Ready once again, Sean Brown. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Almost, Matty. Almost went.
Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Digging in now, David Moya. He singled his last time up.
David.
The 2-2.
Moya.
Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Brown is there, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They trail things here 2-0. Now at the plate, Sean Brown. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets to 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
On an 0-2 fastball, I think that pitch just locked him up a bit. But lucky for him, it was just a little out of the zone.
Hit in the air down the right field line. And Hayward will put this one away for out number 2.
That's not exactly how you draw it up. He gave up a long ball to make it interesting, but it was the only run he gave up, and he hangs on to collect the save.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason. So when you come to play like he did and make a big difference for your team, it's something that won't be forgotten.
4-2 the final score tonight. The Metropolitans get the win to take a 2-0 series lead. Masahiro Tanaka pitches well enough to get the W. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious New York Mets. 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 10 men on base.
We are under the bright lights tonight as MLB Network welcomes you to this presentation of Major League Baseball. It's Game 3 of the National League Championship Series between the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. It's Game 3 of the NLCS, and it's next. Drew Smyly will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Yeah, he's had some arm injuries, but in the game of baseball from the left side. Good fastball, not overpowering, 92 to 94. Good assortment of breaking pitches. Holds runners really well, has a good pickoff move. Good pitcher. When he's healthy, this is...
Home side about to take the field. This place is jumping. Here's public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 Chicago Cubs.
And now a chance to meet the Mets. What do we need to know about these guys for this evening's matchup on the road, D-Row?
You know, taking a look at this lineup, Matt, one thing you have to take into account is the variables that you can't control. And that's the wind. It's blowing in. It's howling in. You're going to see some guys in this lineup change their approach, not be looking for that launch angle and trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark. It's going to take a big man to put one over the wall today.
Drew Smyly gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Yeah, he's had some arm injuries, but when this guy's healthy, as good as anybody in the game of baseball from the left side. Good fastball, not overpowering, 92 to 94. Good assortment of breaking pitches. Holds runners really well, has a good pickoff move. A good pitcher. When he's healthy, this is really one of the top pitchers in the game.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. Let's take a look at catcher Wilson Contreras. This guy has got one of the best arms in the game. Think Gary Sanchez, but in the...
So digging in now, Sean Brown, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. 2 out, nobody on. Pitch is popped up. Smyly has got it, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets. And now it'll be the Cubs' turn in a scoreless ball game.
Batting 6th, the catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. High in the air out to center field. Brown is there, and he'll make the catch to thing across here this half. We'll go now to the top of the third. The Mets are out on top, 1-0. Now in the box, Sean Brown. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
When you launch a ball that high out of the strike zone, it's obviously easy to take that one.
And he takes ball 4, so he's on. And as you know, that often means the steal could be in order here.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Michael Conforto. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Brown is off at first with 2 away. Line to the right side. Now a dive by the right fielder, but it kicks off his glove. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Dan, count goes out the window with this batter right here. It doesn't matter if it's 0-2, 2-0. He's locked.
He has great bat-to-ball skills. There are some guys that just have the knack, D-Row, of being able to get the barrel of the ball, and this is one of those guys.
The batter.
So 2 on with 2 away, and now Derek Dietrich strides into the batter's box. The set and the 1-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits. Stranded. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. Mets out in front, 1-0. Stepping in, Sean Brown.
Number 24. Sean Brown.
Massive power, letting it eat.
And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now. And with 2 away now, let's give you a look at what's happening in the American League Championship Series as they've got a good matchup going on over there as well.
Leading off for the Cubs, the center fielder.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Nimmo facing back to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So a nice running catch on display that time as we get a look at it again with Show Track. He took a nice route, covered a good amount of ground, 100 feet to be exact, to bring that one in. Well done. Into the box now, Sean Brown. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
And Matty.
Line drive, base hit down the line. And they're able to get the ball in quickly, so he'll be held to a single with 1 away.
He was able to recognize that pitch early. His eyes lit up, lit down the line for a nice base hit.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Michael Conforto. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. There's ball 4.
These guys on defense are still within striking distance, but after that walk, one swing of the bat could really blow this thing wide open.
In now, Derek Dietrich.
Now batting, the third baseman, Derek Dietrich.
The 2-2. A little late on this one as it's lifted the other way down the left field line. The catch is made near the line in left, tagging the runner from third. And it's a sac fly and an RBI. It's now a 2-0 game.
Hey, every pitcher likes to have some runs scored for him, but particularly when you're throwing as well as he is tonight, and he gets another insurance run on top of it.
Standing in, Ahmed Rosario.
Now
2
batting,
outs and 2 runners
the
aboard
shortstop,
here in the 7th inning.
Ahmed Rosario.
He got him. Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning. Here in the inning, get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. The Mets lead it 2-0. And that'll bring in the Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, this one bounces off the pitcher. Nice recovery play to get the 2nd out, but we'll have to make sure he's okay on the mound. And time now to see quite where that got him. And it appeared from up here at least, and his actions on the field confirm it. It looked like it got him on his drive leg, which could be problematic, of course, for him. But from the way he's trying to walk it off, I think he's going to try to continue. Stepping into the box, Sean Brown. He singled his last time up.
Brown.
Nimmo, base runner at first with 1 out. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
Fooled him just enough with that pitch to get him to go around, according to the umpire. Sometimes it can be really tough for these big, strong guys because once they're committed to swinging, it's hard for them to slow their swings down, and that appeared to be the case there. Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
Time for one final check of the line score as you see the key players there in this shutout victory. And there's no better time of year to come up big for your team than in the postseason, and that's exactly what this man did. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, no time like the postseason to come through and lift your team to victory. He was certainly a big factor here, and it was pretty cool to see.
This evening's game finishes 2-0 the final score. New York take a commanding 3-0 lead here in the League Championship Series. Robert Gesellman earns the victory on the mound. Drew Smyly is settled with a loss after giving up only 1 earned. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian. We all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious New York Mets: 2 runs, 6 hits, no.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on MLB Network. It's Game 4 of the National League Championship Series between the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. It's going to be a premier pitching matchup. 2 of the league's hardest throwers go head-to-head next. Daniel Redman is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Getting close to first pitch here. Let's listen in to public address announcer Alex Miniak.
And now, your 2022 Chicago Cubs.
And now a chance to meet the Mets. What's your take as they try to win an NL championship here on the road, Mark?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And let me tell you about outfielder Chuck Nasty, Charlie Blackmon. One of the best in the business out there, covering a ton of room in the outfield, gap to gap, with one of the most accurate arms in the game.
Now at the plate, Sean Brown. He'll get to take his first cut. Now the 2-0. Hit hard on the ground to third. And he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 30, Michael Conforto.
Throw over to first, and he'll dive back in safely. And again a throw, and he just manages to get his hand in. Brown, the runner at first with 2 gone. And again a throw, and he'll get back in safely. And yet another throw over, and he has to dive, but he's back in easily. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Mets strand 1. Now the Cubbies will get their first crack. No score. Striding into the box, Anthony Rizzo.
The first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
Shot toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Seager rounds third and is digging for the plate. And the run will score as the Cubs strike first to lead it 1-0.
That base hit was screaming off the bat, and our show track technology more than confirms it. 111 miles an hour was the exit velocity of that line drive.
At the plate, Sean Brown, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. The 0-2. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. 2 left for the Mets. They're down 1-0. Matt Vasgersian back with Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac as the 2016 National League Rookie of the Year, Corey Seager, settles in to start things out. Hit in the air to center field. Brown is right there. 1 gone. Anthony Rizzo stands in now. An RBI double is what he was credited with his first time around. 1 run, just 1 hit. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Line hard to center field. And that's going to be a base hit for Rizzo. He's around first, heading for 2. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double.
He's been making it look real easy out there. 2 at-bats, 2 doubles. They might want to think about pitching around him the next time he steps in because he looks locked in for this one.
And now here's the versatile outfielder Albert Almora Jr. as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. Oh, and he took a big swing at that one as this is driven out to deep left center field. And he's going to make the catch on the warning track. A fine running play there for the first out. So striding forward now, Sean Brown. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. On the ground to the right side. And that'll get on through into right field for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
Definitely, Matt. He's been throwing it by guys the entire game, but that leads to some high pitch counts, and that's the case here. After that hit, you have to wonder if he's starting to get a little bit fatigued.
Yeah, and in today's game, everyone seems to want to err on the side of caution in terms of pitch counts. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Hard hit ball to second, and that's through for a base hit. And they're content to play station to station here as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out. At the plate, Derek Dietrich. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one.
Derek Dietrich.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. 1 there on to first, and it's a double play, although the run does come in to score from third.
Hey, bases loaded. Last thing you want to do is ground into a double play, and that's just what he does. 1 run scores, but you don't get an RBI in that spot. That's a rally killer.
Here's Randall Grichuk as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Hit hard towards center. And despite being down 0-2, he delivers anyway with a big base hit. And they'll tie the ball game as the run scores, evening things at 2.
Boy, Dero, so close to getting the strikeout there. Needed to make one more pitch and didn't throw a good enough breaking ball there with 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that's what you pray for from an offensive standpoint. You try and pick up that red spinning dot.
Here's Corey Seager. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Pulled toward right center field. Grichuk on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. Two away now for the Cubs in the 6th. And into bat next, former National League MVP Chris Bryant.
This guy has been unbelievable. There were billboards outside Wrigley while he was still in AAA. And what is he doing? He shows up. Rookie of the Year, MVP. I mean, get in line.
The 1-1 home. Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. And that'll hit off the ivy out there. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away. Striding in, Sean Brown is looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. Gonzalez, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
It's always nice to keep a guy that has good wheels off base, and that's just what they did right there. Big strikeout, keep that guy off the base path.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And into bat next is Albert Almora. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Digging in, Jason Hayward. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Right fielder, Jason Hayward.
The 0-1 delivery. Swing, and he pulls the fastball high in the air toward deep right center. Brown will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. Getting late here at Wrigley Field. These two clubs have battled all throughout this one, as you can see on the line score. We're all square as they play inning number 8. Ready now, Sean Brown. He's 2 for 4 in the ball game.
Brown.
And ball 4 now as he'll take first on the intentional walk.
That's what's called getting the treatment. Everyone knows he's a power threat with the bat, so it's all about not letting him be the guy that beats you.
Into the box, Michael Conforto. He was a ground out victim last time up.
Michael Conforto.
Here's the 2-2. Soft liner toward first. And no problem over there at first as he flags this one down to end the inning. So not a good turn of events for this home crowd as now their ninth inning lead has evaporated. The Cubs with a chance to walk it off as we go to the last of the ninth. Here's Chris Bryant now. He's tripled and doubled in 4 trips in the ball game.
The third baseman, Chris Bryant.
Fly ball heading for the alley. And this is down for extra bases. And there's your winning run moving into scoring position. And the possible winning run is into second base. He's got a 2-out double.
Hey, that's a nice piece of hitting right there. 2-out base knock to put the winning run on base. Let's see if someone can catch a gap and end this thing.
Digging in to try it again. Sean Brown, runner in scoring position with 2 gone.
Brown.
Back in 2011.
Man, coming out of the late rounds, you have to grind for everything. Nothing is given to you. And this guy has turned himself into a very solid big league ball player. That's a big accomplishment.
Dig.
Line drive to center field. Blackman is there and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate and they push across 4 runs. So now we'll see if these guys can get even in the bottom of inning number 10. It's the Mets 10 and the Cubs 6.
Well, they've taken care of business all season long, and tonight was no exception. They've proven to be the best team in the National League. Now it's time to see if they can become the best in the entire game. Celebrate tonight, and the World Series is next. Congrats to the NL champs.
Every game has its offensive stars, and in this one, he arguably shined the brightest. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he doubled down on doubles here. 2 of them on the stat sheet, and they were a factor in the outcome of this ball game.
For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our excellent crew, this is Matt Vasgersian saying so long. You've been watching the National League Championship Series.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious New York Mets. 10 runs on 14 hits. No errors. They left 9 runners on base.